The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, to my left, we have a man that really needs no introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Welcome to True School Sports. Take it over, BT.
So listen, man, I gotta give credit to my man Jamil Parker over at YSM Sports Media. He right now, he's killing it in the Philadelphia boxing scene, getting a lot of exclusive content from the prospects to the contenders to the champions. And he just, I feel like I'm in Philadelphia when I watch his channel, so he's doing a good job. But he was talking to Philadelphia's very own Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the most talented fighters, not just welterweight, but one of the most talented fighters on planet Earth. And Jaron Ennis had a lot to say about Terence Crawford, and I wanted to get to that comment and just kind of talk about it a little bit. Here's what Jaron Ennis had to say about Terence Crawford in his recent interview. He's saying the following, and I quote, "Whatever he thinks he can do, I can do better." Like the song.
Right.
You know, whatever Crawford thinks he can do, I can do better. Crawford was a great fighter, but it's different over here. I'm faster, stronger, younger, smarter, and my defense is way better. He's a great fighter, but with you got to outthink him, outpoint him, and outsmart him. Walk to him a little bit, touch him, keep touching him, touch that body, and that's how you get him. And he's talking about he's talking about Crawford, yeah. So yeah. So what do you think about that, Pops? Do you think do you look at Jaron Ennis as like the better version like Terence Crawford 2.0? Because a lot of people say that he's Terence Crawford on steroids.
Okay. I'll say that, but I also say he's still got more to prove, and until he gets in that ring with Crawford and beats his ass, I'm gonna go with the Nebraska's kid, Nebraska's son, Crawford. The reason I'm saying he's very talented because that's all we hear about him. He's one of the most talented fighters at 147. So I'm not taking nothing away from him because I enjoy seeing him fight. But I mean, and I also what he's saying he's better. His mentality's got to be his confidence and all. He's got to believe that. Even though Crawford's older, I just think that Ennis will give him a good fight. I'm not going to say he's going to beat him until he gets in the ring and does it. But I mean, kudos to him. He's talented, and we want to see him sometime to fight the elites or even the other prospects that we talk about, Virgil Ortiz and so forth and so forth and so forth. So I don't have nothing wrong with what Ennis is saying because you have to have the mentality.
He's talking like a fighter. He's talking like a fighter. You can't knock him for that. But man, Jaron Ennis, he's one of the most skilled fighters to watch in boxing. He's one of the funnest fighters to watch in boxing. And I'll say this, man. There's a lot of people in boxing that don't like Terence Crawford, and they say, "Oh, Terence Crawford isn't as skilled as you think. He's exposed." A lot of people think he's gonna get exposed against Sean Porter. So we're gonna see how that goes. But look, I'm gonna say it like this: Jaron Ennis thinks he's that nice, and I think he's that good. I think he's ready for the guys like Crawford and Spence, whoever they want to put him in there with. I would like to see this fight happen. If Terence Crawford can get past Sean Porter, I would like to see Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis next. Because I don't think it's a fight that Crawford can wait a year or two to happen because Crawford's not young. He's like 33, 34 years old. So, the longer he waits, the more harder it's going to be for him to beat a guy like Jaron Ennis. So I feel like the optimal time for this fight to happen will be 2022. If, and this is a big if, he can beat Sean Porter because that's not even a gimme itself. Right. But as far as him being Terence Crawford 2.0, the better version of Terence Crawford, there's still some things we got to see from Jaron Ennis. I just personally think he might be more skilled than Terence, and he might even be a little bit more athletic than Terence. I think he is more athletic than Terence. But as far as, and I could be wrong, y'all could let me know in the comments, but I think Terence is just a meaner fighter. A slightly meaner fighter. They're both mean fighters. They both, Boots had like a crazy 20 knockout streak. He had a crazy knockout streak. But like Crawford, he's fighting guys that have been world champions, gold medalists, all this kind of stuff. Unified champions, knocking him out, and people are saying he's fighting nobody. So Terence Crawford is at that. In his career, he's kind of been like Roy Jones in his own way because he's been fighting guys that are somebodies in boxing.
Right.
But because he's beating him in such sound fashion, and he hasn't gone the distance in like 6 years in his last 8 fights. Then they want to downgrade his opponent and say, well, no, you're only getting those knockouts because of the guys you're fighting. No. Those guys he's fighting are good fighters. It's just that Terence Crawford is at such a level that he's exposing him. And look, I think Ennis is at a great level too. And to me, like, this would be a fight to determine like who's like the top 3 pound for pound king of boxing. This is a fight that I think the boxing world needs very soon.
But I'm also gonna say this. I'm glad Jaron Ennis Boots got the motivation, the confidence he got. But I'm gonna say this: until and I know he's got a long career ahead of him. I want him to. I want Jaron Ennis to become undisputed, move up to another division, beat some ass in that division, and then get avoided by everybody else in that division. But yeah, you don't want to fight. I'm talking about Crawford. You don't want to fight nobody. All the big 147 don't want to fight Crawford. It's not Crawford that's not calling people out. It's the other opponents from the other side, PBC, whatever. So forth. So what I'm saying is, Ennis he's a great, talented fighter right now. We all know what he could be, whether his capabilities have to reach that level. But until he does everything else, like the saying goes, until the career is over is when you actually can say they're accomplished. Right now, Crawford is the big boss, I think.
To be fair, in Jaron Ennis' defense, man, he got damn near the same amount of fights as Crawford.
Okay.
I mean, Crawford got like 33 fights, 34 fights. Jaron Ennis got 27 fights.
I give him that, but
he got a lot of fights.
But
so he's not exactly he's not a green prospect. Listen,
I'm not saying that.
Me and you have sat here this whole week.
We've
been watching prospects this whole week, so we know green prospect when we see one. He's not green.
No.
He's ready for a guy like Crawford.
Right. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is, that also comes into a mental game of another fighter, a young fighter that wants to beat the shit out of the king of the ring right now, so to speak. And just knowing what he's accomplished can also play a mental part in your game. But I think, but I'm not gonna say this. I think he could be undisputed.
Boots.
Yeah, Boots.
Jaron Ennis, yeah.
I think he could be undisputed come forward. So, I mean, my hat goes off to him. I like his movement. I like his skills and everything.
Here, I got an idea here. This is another True School Sports boxing advisory tip, free of charge. So any promoters out there, if you got your ears, it's a True School Sports advisory tip. Here's a crazy idea. Why don't we make in the first 6 months of 2022? Why don't we make Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz, right? Because Virgil's ranked number 1 in WBO.
Yeah.
Now you got Boots running his mouth about Crawford. Okay. Make them 2 fight,
and the winner
fights Crawford. Oh my God! What a concept! What a concept! Is this the 90s? Am I Don King?
Matt Cloud session. That's
no.
Pretty,
so hey, in a perfect world, that's what should happen because Boots and Virgil Ortiz are knocking on the door of a Crawford fight. But I really think boxing should bless the fans with that fight first, and then the winner of that fight can fight Crawford for a title. It would be a bigger fight because whoever wins that fight is going to be a bigger star, and then it'll make that Crawford fight more sellable. So that's what it is. Jaron Ennis talking his talk says that it's just different. He said he's different. He said Crawford. He didn't say Crawford is a great fighter. He said Crawford was a great fighter.
Yeah, was
a great fighter. So he wants that smoke, and he's confident. And I want to see if he can put that confidence to good use in the ring. So hey, please, for the sake of boxing, make this fight happen in 2022 if Crawford can get past Porter. And you guys can leave what you think in the comments down below. You guys take time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.